Set your soldering gun to begin heating. Whilst waiting for that, go ahead and make sure everything else is prepared. First, you'll want a wet sponge or a brass sponge to clean the soldering gun if it starts to oxidize. And of course, you'll want the pieces that you're soldering. This can be both circuit boards or metal pieces you'd like connected. Most importantly, make sure you have your solder. You may also need these metal helping hands to hold any metal pieces so that you don't burn yourself when the metal conducts this intense heat. However, you can hold the solder with your bare hands since it melts far before it has time to conduct to your fingertips. Let's start with the easier job, soldering pieces of metal together. For this, I'll make a connection between these two sections of copper wire, but there is a wide variety of objects you can solder. Once you have your metal parts into place, take hand of your soldering gun and your solder. It's important to first tin the soldering gun by melting a small amount of solder onto the tip. Hold them both very close to the object you're soldering. This is very important because solder cools extremely quickly. Rest the soldering gun at the connection area. Heat up the area, the solder won't stick well if it's not hot. Press the tip of the solder in contact with the gun and it should melt onto the metal piece, holding them together. And now we can see that this wire is strongly melded together. Now for the more difficult job, the circuit board. Precision is key in this case. If the solder touches multiple metal components, it can cause the circuit to short. The goal in this case is to have a Hershey Kiss shaped solder. If it is a round ball, it is too much solder, and if it is too flat, it's not enough solder. The two types of methods are through hole and surface mount. The difference is simply whether the component goes through the board or not. As usual, we start by tinning the gun. Press the soldering gun, touching both the component and the metal ring, then feed the solder, keeping in mind we want a Hershey-shaped joint. And you're done! It's just that easy.
Yay.